please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at a recent, now deleted, Rage livestream, along with some other things that she's been up to concerning Chantal, Foodie Beauty, Big Beautiful Me, and all the other bullshit names she uses. Of course, I should now start by saying yes, I have acquired, in case you can't tell the difference, which is totally fine, a new microphone. It's a Shure MV7X. Hopefully it's good enough the Yeti will be used for episodes of Not Worth a Cork. By the way, the most recent episode of that, on Friday last week, has my father in it, and I had a great time. We all did, actually. Link down below. We'll start with Chantal doing some community notage. She's good for this, and we're going to work our way back slightly. There's a reason why, you'll understand why soon. Hi, so just a favour to ask my viewers. Can you not come into my live streams or leave comments stirring the pot and trying to incite drama responses from me? I don't want to hear what people are saying about me. If my mods can mute or block those who come in and make such comments like, so-and-so reactor is sniping you. Can you believe this person said this about you? Just the thing, if someone's stream sniping you and they're not falling within fair use, you can flag them. It's not a good thing to do, but you can do it based on YouTube's own terms of service. I don't need to be surrounded by those who don't wish well on me and my mental health. Well, then you should excommunicate yourself from the conversation. I will also block those comments, but I prefer not to see them. I understand this is the internet, but protecting one's mental health by getting rid of as much of ABUSIVE behaviour as possible is important, and I have to do better at that. You're in your 40s and you still can't. Also, as for moderators, does anyone who is a loyal Beezer want to be a moderator? Pay to play? That's not how this should work. You could end up with people from like a forum or two, just doing it to wind you up and banning all your chatters. The conditions are, you have to be around in my chats regularly and not gone for a while or gone permanently, and you must be a member. Let me know in the comments, blah blah blah. Now this was updated. The added parts would include I could use a few more after which loyal Beezer wants to be a moderator, that thing, but also underneath an additional paragraph of information. If you haven't been in my chats for a while, I will remove you as a moderator, but if you decide to return, you want to return, I can add it back. I didn't realise that to be a mod meant you had to pay to be a part of it. Now granted, I am fortuitous that my mods, I think they are Twitch subs, I think they will use Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime, sorry, so they're not actually paying. I don't think it's right to have mods that pay to be there. It's part of a community, right? I use my Discord server. Do you have one? I am not entirely convinced Chantal knows what it means to have, nurture, build, and thrive with a community behind you. But then again, Chantal is a unique kind of silly. She's the type who, when queried about her being a revert for so long, will state that she hasn't even finished reading the necessary literature that she needs to process. I'll spoil it, like I spoil all religious texts for everyone. At the end, Severus Snape kills Albus Dumbledore. The end. Yes, turns out Snape is the Half-Blood Prince. How exciting. Another thing of interest that Chantal's been doing, and I didn't realise they were back on YouTube, and if I can get this to download, I may do a video on it separately. I've done a content constable on an individual called Shani. Well, after many bans, after many evasions, many replatform, deplatforms, after losing her kids, losing her homes, she's back on YouTube with a channel I didn't know existed called The Rev and Shani Show. And this stream is nearly 6 hours long, one of the dullest, most drawn out, pointless things I've ever seen in my life. Although if they have changed their ways, I'll certainly learn after watching 6 hours of tripe. Shani though looks like crap. Rev talks a lot about wrestling. The part that ties into Chantal is she's a mod in the chat. And as the stream goes by, Shani perks up from time to time, the lighting improves, but Chantal is actually fully invested, and some credit I guess. Shani had over 100 people in her chat for this. Can I have that on Twitch? That'd be great. I want to push for partnering stuff, you know, swag, yeah. This tickled me to no end. I didn't realise that there was still a community of the more controversial people within this area. I don't know if Shani falls within or not, but knowing that they are still on friendly terms or moderating for one another fascinates me. Now this stream image you see on the screen, Chicken Royale Live, or Chicken Royal, sorry, there's no E at the end, my mistake. If that's a different food product stuff thing, then do let me know. I probably still wouldn't eat it anyway. During this stream, Chantal made a number of statements, much of which has been clipped to high hell on Twitter by any person who watches this, or who has seen it. I think it's also been downloaded in full. There was also a Burger King mukbang, and there's a few clips of that of interest, more notably believing she's the OG of Gore World.
How did Gore World even start? Off my back?
I know Gore World may not be considered the same as that of Hater Nation, but let's not forget here, this kind of disdain towards certain types of creators, you can trace it back to the Slatterns if you like. It possibly goes further. It definitely didn't start because of you, it was popularised because of Amber though. Amber was the one that really popularised it. I mentioned the Slatterns, but they went off on a very different tangent and are both doing incredibly well for themselves these days. The same cannot be said for you two losers. And you are most certainly a loser. Look at your couch. That was you. Fam, you barely have enough money for another visa run.
So I have some curly fries. I have a bonus cheeseburger. And the BK King. Will I still be alive for Christmas? Well, that's up to God. Only God knows that.
I've never been a fan of people who like to speak in a somewhat morbid nature attitude. You know, the way they try and say, it's up to someone else whether I live or die. Please, you're the one racing everyone to the bottom. You really are. There are haters within your little community who you're currently trying to go faster than. And there are a few of them. There's no point denying it. You know who you are. I do want to go back quickly to the post concerning the moderators. The reason that post even existed was because of what she said in this stream.
And I can talk about whatever I want. Goodbye. Can I talk about something else? This idiot talks about me every day for hours. Go cry over there, weirdo.
That reactive volatility has served Chantal well and ill for a long time. Well, because it's generated controversy and people clip it, it gets traffic, views, attention, relevancy. Ill because she's not pulling in the numbers she used to. She's barely pulling in a quarter of what she used to at her peak. So really, why alienate and ostracize those who want to be there for you? We're not done though, there are other clips to look at. Things of interest that she just can't help but say.
It doesn't do anything because people don't care. They're too dumb to realize the hypocrisy, or they just don't give a shit. Like they could literally get away with killing somebody. As long as they're hating on me, no one will care, so...
This generalized language is rather fascinating to me because I've always took the stance that I see no reason to hate you because that involves energy. I will admit though, you are quite the lengthy series. You run, you continue doing your eating and spouting rather ill thought out things, but hate is a weird one because sometimes you have said something that is correct and you are, just as they are, those that criticize you, well within your right to fling your feces at them, and they will return the fecal matter in a, well, I assume, a ladle. It's just a game of hot potato, really, isn't it, these days? Now, it had been speculated that those comments were a sly dig at concerning an individual called Lil Mama. Whether there's any truth to it or not, I do not know, because Chantal didn't embellish. And Chantal's not really good at subtlety, so I'm not entirely convinced.
Person, whatever. So I'm a bad Muslim, whatever. So I'm friggin' 800 pounds, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
In this scene, as you can plainly tell, Chantal is laying on the broken couch you saw earlier. She spends most of her time laying on this couch because she weighs too much to sit at her desk chair, a gaming chair, with one of the arms already broken off because she can't fit in the chair anyway. She's lucky it's not one of those secret omen chairs that cost several $100s. She only does this when people have queried a bit too much. It was why the community note came out. That's why I started with it and worked back, just so you can see the context of it unravelling. I think you can also start to see why Chantal removed certain content recently, although it could entirely be to avoid getting into any trouble, but YouTube have a system to catch you out on that as well. Now I've given you a little taster of some rage. How about something where you genuinely worry if she's going to choke or not? And no, I'm not going to be showing you any only Fupa Fibro failed adult film actor foodie content.
I can't say where we're going, but... moon pie? See how I eat my moon pie? It's very demure. Do it. Rage video? I did that? Bismillah. So cutesy. I know, Joanna. Teardrop. I choked it.
I tried moon pies once. They're really dry and clearly designed for children. Wagon wheels are better. Now, another area she liked to talk about in this stream was her food addiction and people's commentary towards that. As far as I'm concerned, she is addicted. Yes, she's addicted to constantly doing something because she has nothing meaningful in her life. The food is an escape. Simple as that. If she could find something meaningful for herself that she could actually latch onto, a hobby even, then her life would have some new purpose she could invest her energy into, as opposed to simply taking in energy and then throwing what comes out the other end at her haters.
I'm obese because I have a food addiction. I agree with what you say. My family bullies me for being. I know, and people act like I didn't ever try to get help. Like, you know, it's just like, let me live my life. It's not up to you. It's not your business. Like, you know what I mean? It's just so pathetic and so sickening.
People are letting you live your life. They really are. They're just reminding you you didn't get help. You fled Canada to avoid paying taxes. They're reminding you your marriage is fake. They're reminding you you have put on more weight since being there, not lost weight. They're reminding you your health is deteriorating in an area of the world where a Canadian, certainly of your size, should never be, and that you are only doing this to stick it to everyone else, when in reality you're hurting yourself. Your narrow-mindedness in this is astonishing. You say it's not up to you, it's not your business, but you make it everyone's business by sharing it all the time. You then go and delete all the stuff where you've said these things, believing that suddenly removes it from the internet, because you're a boomer.
But no, not just that, Luna. Karma doesn't forget. Can you imagine having Isaac turn you down? Hi, Cass. Yeah. That's why I like to keep things private, because the evil eye is real. Like, these people always say, well, you're lying if you don't share this information. They're so hungry for the information because of the evil eye. Like, they don't, you can't share too much with people. Like, you just can't. I've learned that the hard way. And I'm still learning that, because sometimes I do share too much. But, like, you know, sometimes, like, a private life with whatever you can is just, like, so much better. Sometimes you get things stuck in crevices that, you know, thin people don't have. So,
what?
For example... one time I had a
she says penis
stuck in my rod, probably was there all day.
What? No!
Boyfriend, and there was a Cheeto. I was hungry. Anyway.
Ew!
Be really careful.
With TP?
TP tends to get stuck, and I don't know.
She got dingleberries? She got dingleberries.
I don't know what it is. I told you this was TMI. I hope you're all laughing at me. Yeah, I think, like, one guy just tried to be really nice about it and not say anything and just kind of picked it up. I felt him pick it up.
No! He's picking her dingleberries out?
The internet really is forever, Chantel. Deleting this from your channel, your masterpiece. It shall live on through Michael B. Petty. The last thing I want to show you a clip of is Chantel talking about her marriage. Because it's relevant, and I still think it's a sham. I think he makes her stream for 2 hours a day for the limited donations she gets, where all she does is eat and scream.
They take, like, something that happened as, like, a fantasy thing and make it reality. I don't think so. It would never happen in a million years. Never happened before that. It won't happen after it. And if it does, like I said, oh, well, I'll move on with life. Like, why do people rub things in like I care? You don't think that I just move on? Like, I always move on with my life. Always. And I think that's what makes people mad and jealous, is that they can't get me down. You can't get me down no matter what you do. You try to do something, it doesn't work out. Oh, well, you ruin it for me. Oh, well, I'll move on to something else. I don't care. I don't give a shit. And I'll always have amazing beezers, no matter what.
The fact you had to affirm this tells me that actually people can get to you, get under your skin, or you will continue, not because that's what you do, it's because you need to. To maintain the life you have, the fraud life you have, you need to stream to earn money. So it's not that you're keeping calm and carrying on, it's that you are doing what you have to out of necessity because you have nothing else. It is the life you have created for yourself, and it is the life you richly deserve. Your marriage is a lie, and this was because someone started talking to you about marriage. And yours more important. It's all a joke. I don't know why all participants involved are so willing to commit to this BS.